You know that when we get to the plan review and approval, that means we're at the end of the step. We've got all of the tasks done in the select step. Now we have to send that plan we built off to get approved so that we can move on to the implement step. So let's finish this task up and we can be on to implement. In this task, S6, we'll look at plan review and approval. Review and approve the security and privacy plans for the system and the environment of operation is S6. Potential inputs include the security and privacy plans and organization and system level risk assessment results. The expected outputs for this task are the security and privacy plans approved by the authorizing official. Primary responsibility for this task include the authorizing official and the authorizing official's designated representative. Supporting roles include the senior accountable official for risk management, the risk executive function, the chief information officer, the chief acquisition officer, the senior agency information security officer, and the senior agency official for privacy. This does align with the SDLC. For a new system, it aligns with development and acquisition. For an existing system, it aligns with operations and maintenance. It does not align to the cybersecurity framework. The security and privacy plan review by the authorizing official or the authorizing official's designated representative with support from the senior official for risk management or the risk executive function, the chief information officer, the senior agency information security officer, and the senior agency official for privacy. Kind of a recap here, but we make sure we cover it because it's in the book. The AO determines if the plans are complete, consistent, and satisfy the stated security and privacy requirements for the system. So in this step, the AO, or more likely the AODR, or designated representative, is going to review your security and privacy plans and ensure it meets all of the requirements for the organization. This may be back and forth. You may send your plan forward, they may redline it, make a bunch of changes, and send it back to you for review and updating, and it may go back and forth a couple times before it finally gets approval, but it's important to get that AO approval. Based on results from the review, the authorizing official or designated representative may recommend changes to the security and privacy plan. If the plans are unacceptable, the system owner or common control provider will make the appropriate changes to the plan. But if the plans are acceptable, the authorizing official or designated representative approves the plan. The acceptance of the security and privacy plan represents an important milestone in the SDLC and risk management process. The authorizing official or designated representative, by approving the plan, agrees with the set of controls, that's those things that are system-specific, hybrid, or common, and the description of the proposed implementation of the controls to meet the security and privacy requirements for the system and the environment in which the system operates. The approval of plan allows the risk management process to proceed to the RMF implement step, the next step. So we've got to get through this task to get to the next step, to get to the implement step, when we actually start implementing the controls and building the system. This is an important step because in this point in time, the AO is saying, I agree with the plan. If you build this system as you define it here, I'm going to be good with you going forward. When we get to the assess step and all of these things work out and the system is assessed that you meet these requirements as you define them in this plan, the AO should have no problem approving the system. The approval of the plan also establishes the level of effort required to successfully complete the remainder of the RMF steps and provides the basis for the security and privacy specifications for the acquisition of the system or individual system elements. Establish how much work we're going to put into the system. So lower impact systems may have a lower level of effort, and higher impact systems, of course, will have a higher level of effort. And of course, that equates to resources, including personnel working on the system and cost to build the system. References for this task include 830, 53, 160 Volume 1, System Requirements Definition, Architecture Definition, and Design Definition Processes. This module we discussed Task S6, the final task in the select step. Its inputs and outputs, roles, responsibilities, SDLC and CSF alignment, plan review, AO determination, AO decision, milestones, completion of implementation, level of effort, and finally references. If any of this doesn't look familiar to you, I'd say go back and watch the video again. If it all makes sense, on to the next video or on to the lesson content in the RMF course.